Good afternoon and welcome, Albion Sports Nation, to another men's basketball contest on a beautiful Saturday afternoon from Kresge Gymnasium. The Brits of Albion College, looking to keep their MIAA record perfect, play host to the Scots of Alma College. We are just 2.5 minutes away from the start of today's game. My name is Leslie Fritz, and I'll be with you this afternoon from Kresge Gymnasium as we prepare for another exciting MIAA men's basketball game. Albion enters today's game with a 9-0 MIAA record, an 18-2 overall record. They bring their 12-game win streak into today's game. They host the 10-10 Scots of Alma College, who look to improve on their 4-5 MIAA record. Today's game features several of the conference's top scorers. Cole Cliver will lead the way for Alma. He averages 18.8 points per game. That is good for 6th in the MIAA. Right behind him are two Albion Britons. Caden Ebling enters today's contest averaging just under 18 points a game. James L. Davis, who has been the hot scorer for the Brits of late, averages just over 16 points. They are 8th and 10th respectively in the league, so look for a lot of scoring in today's contest. Let me give you the starters. As you see on the court, teams are finishing their warm-ups. Let me introduce you to today's starters. Starting for the Britons is the familiar starting five lineup, anchored by sophomore guard Cortez Garland. Also in the backcourt will be freshman Josh Palo. Those two have been the starting backcourt for Albion since early in the season. Joining them on the floor for the start of the game today will be the aforementioned Caden Ebling and James L. Davis, Albion's two top scorers. Rounding out the starting five for the Brits is Quentin Armstrong. Armstrong comes into today's contest averaging just under 8 rebounds per game. I can't even read my own handwriting. And just over 13 points per contest. As you see, the teams have now left the floor. Warm-ups are complete, and they will assemble on the court. We will have the national anthem, and when the national anthem concludes, we will give you today's starting lineup for the Alma Scots, and we will be at that point just about ready for basketball here at Kresge Gymnasium. The Albion College Pep Band playing today's national anthem, and the fans here at Kresge Gymnasium are ready for the introduction of today's starting lineups. Before we took the break for the anthem, you met the Albion starting lineup of Cortez Garland, Josh Palo, James L. Davis, Quentin Armstrong, and Caden Ebling. Starting for the Scots from Alma College will be in the backcourt, senior guard Stephen Harvey will be joined by a fellow senior, Brian Stevens. They will anchor the backcourt. Joining them in the starting lineup for the Scots is team's top scorer, Cole Cliver, who I mentioned earlier is currently 6th in the MIAA, averaging just under 19 points a game. Also starting for Alma will be sophomore center Jack Poling and sophomore center Brandon Rake. Alma brings some size into today's game. Rake comes in at 6'7". Also joining him is Poling, a 6'9" sophomore. So the Albion front court will have some height to contend with in today's games. No doubt Coach Jody May in pregame warmups emphasized the importance of rebounding for success in today's ballgame. As I mentioned, Albion comes in on a bit of a roll, having won 12 in a row, including all 9 of their MIAA contests so far. Their last game on Wednesday night, Albion played host to Hope College and got off to a fast start, taking a 19-point lead in the first half. They had to hold off a late Hope run, but did hang on to win that game 76-68, running their MIAA record to 9-0. They also come in with a perfect record here at Kresge Gymnasium. It has indeed been a home court advantage for the Brits. They are 9-0 on the home hardwood and will look to defend that record today as well. The last of the starting lineups are being introduced, and we will be ready to play here in just a moment. The fans here inside Kresge Gymnasium have heard the reminder that, like all MIAA schools, Albion seeks to ensure an environment that is positive and that any outbursts that are derogatory or negative will not be tolerated. We certainly hope that is not a problem in today's contest, but a reminder never hurts. With the starting lineups introduced, the referees are offering their last thoughts to the scorer's table, and we are just about ready to start play. It will be junior forward Caden Ebling jumping tip against Brandon Rake, the Alma center. And we are ready to begin. Albion controls the tip. Into the hands of Cortez Garland it goes. And Albion's half-court set will look to get the ball down underneath to Ebling. Ebling posting up on Rake. He chooses instead to kick it back out. And now it's into the hands of Quentin Armstrong. Armstrong looks to post up his man. His little hook shot is a little short. Into the hands of Rake goes the rebound, and here comes Alma on their first offensive set. The three-point shot from Cole Cliver is a little bit off. Albion, the quick rebound. And Ebling will set it from the top of the key. They'll once again look to go low to Quentin Armstrong. He is posting up his man. That's Jack Poling. A quick out and back in. And they'll swing it around to the other side to Caden Ebling. Ebling's shot is no good, but a foul is going to be called underneath. We'll see which of the Alma defenders picks it up. The call is against Brandon Rake. That is Alma's first foul, the first against Rake. And it will send Caden Ebling to the free throw line, where he has spent a lot of time this season. He's an 80% free throw shooter. He makes the first, and Albion is on the board first today. Ebling, as I mentioned, an 80% free throw shooter. He gets to the line quite often. He averages more than 6 free throws per game. And he shoots the first 2 of today's contest and gives Albion a 2-0 lead. Into the front court comes Ryan Stevens. Rake looking for somebody to cut through the lane. Round the horn it goes. That is number 11, Stephen Harvey. Harvey will make a living behind that three-point line if the Albion defense gives him the chance, but his first shot is no good. Albion, the quick rebound, gets it into the front court. Down low it goes to Ebling. The double team forces him to kick it back out. Palo will take the short shot. His shot no good. Into the hands of Stephen Harvey is the rebound to Alma. Alma's early offense appears to be not a post-up offense. Instead, they swing it around out high. And that long shot from Ryan Stevens is a little bit off the mark. Albion, once again, the defensive board. It's one and done for Alma so far in the early going of this contest. At the 18-minute mark, it remains a 2-0 Albion game. Quentin Armstrong's short shot no good. Rebound to Rake, and here comes Alma. Round the horn it goes. Into the hands of Harvey. Harvey will give it back on the give and go. Rake gets an easy 2-point basket. A little bit of a defensive breakdown there for the Brits. And Rake scores the first 2 points of the ball game for the Scots. It's a 2-2 contest. Armstrong quick to untie it. He gets down deep, puts the short shot in. Armstrong's got his first 2 points of the game, and Albion's got a 4-2 lead. And it goes to Rake down on the block. His short one is no good. That might be the easiest look he gets for the rest of the game, but no good. And the rebound to Palo, who gets it down deep to Ebling. Ebling double teamed, tries to take it up anyway, gets his own rebound. Around it goes to Quentin Armstrong. His first 3-point attempt, no good. And Alma the rebound. Into the front court it comes in a hurry. That's Ryan Stevens with it at the top of the key. Little bit of miscommunication. And his pass sails out of bounds. He was attempting to get it down underneath to Brandon Rake, cutting through the lane. Rake wasn't looking, and the first turnover of the game gives the ball back to Albion. 16:48 remains here in the first half. Albion has a 4-2 lead. Both offenses off to a slow start with tough shooting from the floor. Back underneath it goes to Ebling. This time Ebling gets the advantage and puts it in. That's 4 points for Ebling and a 6-2 Albion lead. Ebling able to make the quick move that time before the double team could get to him. Underneath it goes to a cutting Cole Cliver. The ball is knocked away but last touched by Albion, so Alma will retain possession, and a bunch of subs into the game for the Scots. Onto the court comes Matt Lark, Zach Sinke, and Kyle Woodruff for the Alma Scots. Inbound it comes into the hands of Woodruff. Woodruff looks for a player cutting through the lane. Guy has nobody to pass it to. He'll swing it back around. And around the other way it goes. Woodruff looks to cut in. He's double teamed in the lane. The ball's knocked away into the hands of Cortez Garland. Garland will take it all the way. His shot's no good, but he is fouled on the drive. It will be the second Alma foul of the half. This one called against Matt Lark, newly into the game. And it will send Cortez Garland to the line. Garland also a good free throw shooter. He shoots 79% on the season. His first one is good. And Albion has pushed their lead to 7-2 at the 15:59 mark here in half number one. Garland's got one more free throw. That one's also good. 8-2 Albion. And into the front court comes Alma. Ball in the hands of Ryan Stevens. Over to Zach Sinke and now to Kyle Woodruff. They'll reverse it around again. Looking to get it down onto the block. The entry pass is not a good one. The ball is knocked out of bounds. James L. Davis on the defensive play there. He knocks the ball out of bounds. Alma will inbound. 19 on the shot clock. They've got time to set their offense. Zach Sinke's got it out high. Now into the hands of Woodruff. Woodruff able to get a step on his defender, drives the lane, no good. But the offensive rebound goes to Matt Lark. His shot is blocked. And into the front court comes Cortez Garland, who is called for the carry on a pass that he decided at the last minute not to make. So Cortez Garland has Albion's first turnover, and that gives the ball back to Alma. Subs for the Britons. MJ Garland checks in, as does number 44, Justin Maccabee. So both teams going to the bench fairly early here in the first half. Around it comes into the hands of Lark. Lark stopped on the drive. He's forced to kick it back out high. That's Ryan Stevens. Stevens gets a pick and will pick up a foul called on Justin Maccabee as he attempted to defend the pick and roll. That is Albion's first foul. Maccabee's first foul, and Alma will inbound from the sidelines. The deep shot from Ryan Stevens, no good. Ebling the rebound for Albion into the hands of James L. Davis, and here comes the Britain offense. Looking to get it to Ebling on the block. Instead, it's a three-point attempt from MJ Barnes that's no good. Neither team connecting yet from deep, and Alma picks up the rebound and sets their offense. It remains an 8-2 ball game. That pass cross court tipped out of bounds by Cortez Garland. Alma will retain possession, 16 to go on the shot clock. Trailing 8-2. Another sub for Albion. This time it's Juwan Perry in off the bench for Cortez Garland, who will take a seat and get a quick breather. Around it goes to Lark in the corner. Lark's three-point attempt is no good. The long rebound into the hands of James L. Davis, and he will bring it ahead for Albion. Still looking to get it onto the block to Caden Ebling, and they do. This time the double team doesn't come. Ebling into the lane, and he scores over the defender Jack Bowling. Ebling's got 6, and Albion's got a 10-2 lead. Into the hands of Woodruff, into the lane to a cutting Ryan Stevens. Stevens lays it in. It's 10-4. We're just inside of 14 minutes here in half number 1. Davis looks for Ebling on the block again. This time he is double teamed. Attempts to kick it out to MJ Barnes, but Barnes had moved, and the pass goes out of bounds. A turnover for Albion. We'll give it back to Alma. Too many A teams in this league. The possession belongs to Alma. They will bring it up. Ball in the hands of number 23, Cole Cliver. And now into the hands of Matt Lark, who will set the offense for the Alma Scots. Cliver, the team's leading scorer and one of the top scorers in the MIAA, yet to scratch. That's a deep three from Zach Sinke. It's no good. Ebling the rebound. Into the front court it comes. Justin Maccabee has it. To MJ Barnes again from deep. This one is good. The first three-pointer of the game belongs to Albion, and it's now 13-4 Brits. Down to the baseline it goes. That's Kyle Woodruff driving the baseline. He picks up a foul. Foul's going to be on James L. Davis. That's his first and the team's second. The foul was called on the floor before Woodruff got the shot up. So Alma will inbound from under the basket. 21 seconds remain on the shot clock. Brandon Rake back into the game. Takes the inbounds pass, gets the ball around into the hands of Zach Sinke, and he sinks the first three-pointer for Alma. And it is 13-7 now. Albion, 12:51 remains here in half number 1. Garland back into the game for Albion. He brings the ball into the front court into the hands of Juwan Perry. Perry's shot bounces off the front of the rim and into the hands of Quentin Armstrong. Armstrong's put back attempt no good. Alma the rebound. Up court it comes. That's Matt Lark dribbling around at the top of the three-point circle. Now it's down low into the hands of Woodruff. Excuse me, that's Sinke. And Sinke sinks the basket. That's a tongue twister. He's got 5 quick points. And it is back to a 4-point game. Albion now leads 13-9. Into the corner it goes to Garland. Garland looks to get it down low into the hands of Armstrong. Armstrong fronting his defender will kick it back out to Barnes. His three-point shot just a little long. Armstrong corrals the long rebound, and Albion will reset. And we might have an offensive foul called underneath. Indeed, that's the call. Justin Maccabee called for using an elbow to attempt to clear the lane. That is Maccabee's second foul. 2 quick ones will send him to the bench. So back into the game for Jody Mays-Britz comes Caden Ebling. Alma will attempt to draw a little bit closer. That three-point shot from their leading scorer, Cole Cliver, falls. That's Cliver's first points of the game. And Alma has drawn within 1. It is 13-12. Around it goes into the corner to Cortez Garland. He drives the baseline, kicks it out to MJ Barnes. Barnes' shot no good. And the rebound into the hands of Rake. Alma has the ball looking for a chance to take the lead. Into the hands of Sink it goes. And Zach Sink, the senior center from Grand Haven, has 3 more points. He's the game's leading scorer now with 8. And Alma has their first lead of the game. It's 15-13, Alma. Albion once again gets it into the hands of Caden Ebling down on the block. He waits for the double team, attempts to kick it out. MJ Barnes able to corral the loose ball, but then the in entry pass from Juwan Perry is stolen, and Alma has the ball and the lead, looking to expand. And Albion going to get called for a foul. That's going to be called on Cortez Garland. Garland not happy with the call, but that's his first of the game. Albion's 4th of the half. Alma will inbound from the side. 20 seconds put back on the shot clock as a result of the foul, and Alma will reset. Sink has the ball, this time defended a little deeper. Into the lane comes Woodruff, and Woodruff is going to draw a foul too. This one on Quentin Armstrong. That is Armstrong's first foul, but the 5th on the Britons as a team. So with 10:17 left here in the first half, Alma is drawing near the bonus. Inbounds it comes into the hands of Rake. Rake gets it to Cliver. Cliver will take the deep shot. No good. The rebound falls into the hands of Josh Palo, who's back on the court for Albion. He'll bring the ball into the front court, and they'll look to get it down low once again. Then they do to Armstrong. Armstrong muscles his way in, puts it in, and he's now got 4 points, and the game is tied. It's 15-15, 9:51 remaining first half. Woodruff looks to drive. Into the lane he goes. His drive is good. He gives Alma a lead again. Coach May not happy with the Briton defense. You can hear him from the sidelines preaching defense to his team. Quentin Armstrong once again with the ball on the block. He drives it in and puts it in. Armstrong having his way right now with his defender. He's got 6 points, and he ties the game again. We're tied at 17 as we approach the 9-minute mark. Cliver's got the ball out high for Alma. He'll look to Rake at the top of the key. Rake dribbling around with nowhere really to go. Into the hands of Woodruff. Woodruff attempts to drive. This time MJ Barnes. This time MJ Barnes has the angle and gets the block. I paused there for a minute. It looks like we had a warning issued to MJ Barnes for the attitude he displayed after the block. He will take a seat on the bench. His coach giving him a minute to get himself together to avoid any kind of a technical situation. We now have a clock problem. The clock operator had reset the shot clock to 20 seconds. Officials noticed that before the ball was inbounded, so properly reset it back to 9. The ball was simply knocked out of bounds on the block. So 9 seconds on the shot clock. Alma will bring it in bounds. into the hands of Cliver. Cliver drives the lane, and he is fouled. That's going to be on Quentin Armstrong. That is Armstrong's second. So with 8:57 to go here in the first half, fouls beginning to mount for the Brits. Justin Maccabee already on the bench with 2. Quentin Armstrong now has 2 as well, and Cole Cliver will shoot 2 free throws. Good on the first one. Cliver's now got 4 points in today's contest. He is the top scorer for the Alma Scots, averaging just under 19 points a game. He'll look for point number 5 and try to give Alma a 2-point lead once again. He does. It's 19-17, 8:57 to go. James L. Davis brings it up for the Britons as they look to set their offense. Into the game for the first time for Albion is Alex Warman. Not a player who gets a ton of minutes for the Brits, but with foul trouble for the big men, he's going to be pressed into service here in the first half. Caden Ebling takes the nice inlet pass. He makes a move into the lane. He gets the basket and the foul. He will head to the line to attempt to complete an old-fashioned 3-point play. The foul was called on number 11. That is Stephen Harvey. I believe that is Harvey's first of the half. That's just the 3rd team foul for the Scots, and Ebling will look to complete the 3-point play and give Albion a lead. Ebling's free throw rims around and in. He's got 9 points now on the game, and Albion's got a 20-19 lead. Around it goes. It's in the hands of Stephen Harvey now. Back over to Sink. Back to Cliver. Cliver will look to drive off the cut. He dishes it back to Ryan Stevens. Stevens' shot is blocked by Caden Ebling. Out of bounds it goes. Alma retains possession. Just 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Inbounds it will come. Once again, another block. This time it's Cole Cliver's 3-point attempt, blocked by Cortez Garland out of bounds. Alma retains possession now. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Back to Cole Cliver it goes. He gets a pick from his big man. The shot no good. And James L. Davis corrals the rebound and brings it into the front court. Albion, the high pick and roll. Around it goes. Ebling looking for the ball on the block, but nobody to get it to him, so he'll take it out high and drive in. His shot no good, but he will draw the foul. This time the Alma foul is on number 41, Zach Sink. That's his first foul, the 4th Alma foul, and Ebling back to the free throw line again. Ebling now 4 for 4 from the line today. The 80% free throw shooter spends a lot of time at the line and converts more often than not. He's looking for his 11th point. He gets it, and he gives Albion a 3-point lead. It's 22-19, 7:45 to go, first half. Cliver once again around to pick. He drives the lane, attempts to dish it off to Stephen Harvey. His pass tipped out of bounds. Alma retains possession, 19 on the shot clock. Ryan Stevens will inbound. They'll run a pick through the lane, but nobody's open. In it comes to Rake. Ryan Stevens gets the ball back. His 3-point shot attempt no good. Caden Ebling another rebound. He gets it to James L. Davis. Davis pulls up. His shot just inside the 3-point line, no good. Rims out and into the hands of Cole Cliver. He'll bring it into the front court for Alma, and they'll look to set their offense, trailing 22-19. Ryan Stevens looks for the baseline, gets cut off there by Caden Ebling. So he'll look to try to get it down low. Cross court it goes. That's Stephen Harvey. Harvey makes a nice move in the lane, banks it up and in. He's got 4 points in the game. And he cuts the Albion lead to 1. It's 22-21. We're now inside 7 minutes. Clock ticking towards 6:30 as Albion looks to extend their 1-point lead. Paolo gets a pick from Ebling. His shot's no good. Brandon Rake, the rebound for Alma. Alma's got the ball, trailing by 1. They're looking to take the lead back. Another pick and roll, no shot opportunity there, so instead it's Sinke trying a long three-pointer. No good, into the hands of Warman. Before Albion can get the ball into the front court, Ebling, attempting to establish position, gets fouled. That's going to be a second foul on Zach Sinke. That's team foul number 5. No foul shots yet, so Albion will inbound from under the basket. Some subs into the game for the Brits. It looks like Cortez Garland and MJ Barnes both back onto the floor for Coach Jody May. In it comes to Ebling. Ebling will set the offense. James L. Davis will attempt the long shot. No good. Good position there for Brandon Rake. He controls the rebound and pushes it ahead for Alma. Alma's three-point shot from Stephen Harvey is good. Harvey, the league leader in three-point field goal percentage. He leads the MIAA at 51% from behind the arc, so Albion in transition is going to need to work harder to make sure they keep a body on him. Cortez Garland responds. His two-pointer from inside the arc just ties it up. It's 24-24 now. Down low, the ball goes to Rake. Good defense from Ebling, forces them to kick it back out. Woodruff can't find a driving lane, so Rake will take the 10-footer, and he will sink it. That's 4 points on the game for the big man for the Alma Scots. He gives them a 2-point lead. Once again, it's 26-24 Alma as we approach 5 minutes to go. Cortez Garland double clutches on the shot. It's a little bit off. That was an awkward looking shot. It almost looked like he lost control on the way up. Alma pushes it into the front court. And on the baseline, Stephen Harvey cut off by Cortez Garland. Garland will pick up a foul. That is team foul number 7 on the Albion Brits, which means it's a 1-and-1 shooting situation. That is, well, the scoreboard says that's Garland's 5th foul. That feels a bit excessive to me. I think that's number 2 for Garland. He will go to the bench, and Juwan Perry will come back in. That is the 3rd Albion player with 2 fouls here in the first half. We are at the 5-minute mark. We now appear to have some blood on a uniform. Caden Ebling has some blood coming from his knee, so he'll get a quick wrap from the athletic trainer so that he can continue on. And the staff here at the Kresge Gymnasium will clean up the floor to ensure all is safe. And once that's all taken care of, we will have a 1-and-1 free throw attempt from number 11, Stephen Harvey, for the Scots. Alma looking to extend their 26-24 lead. That shot rattles around and out. Caden Ebling the rebound. James L. Davis brings it into the front court for Albion. And they will set up their offense. Ebling, the only big man in the game for Albion at the moment. He's got it now on the low block, and he looks to drive against Brandon Rake. We've got a foul called underneath. That foul is going to be called on Rake as he attempted to prevent Ebling from getting position. That is Rake's 2nd foul. Once again, the scoreboard has him with a few more fouls than he's picked up. That's team foul number 6. So the next one will mean free throws for the Brits, but instead we inbound from underneath the basket. James L. Davis along the baseline. His reverse shot is up and in. And we have a tie ball game again. It is 26-26, 4:20 to play here in the first half. Into the lane goes Woodruff. Woodruff is fouled and makes the basket. So he will get an attempt at a old-fashioned three-point play. The foul there called on number 22, Juwan Perry. That is Perry's first. We once again have an official talking to a player, issuing a warning, trying to keep the play legitimate. That free throw failed to touch iron. And out of bounds it goes to Albion. So it remains 28-26 with 4:08 to play. James L. Davis around to pick. He drives it in and gets his scoop shot to go. Put just enough spin on it to get it to roll in. Davis has 4 now in the half, and Albion once again has tied the ball game. We're tied at 28. Cole Cliver from the free throw line quickly changes that. His two-pointer is good, and Alma has the lead back. It's 30-28. Back comes Albion. James L. Davis dribbles around, gets himself a little bit of space. His three-point shot no good. He has yet to connect from deep for Albion. And now we have a foul on Davis on the attempted entry pass. Davis thought he got all ball, but instead is called for the foul on Ryan Stevens. Stevens will go to the line, shooting 1 in the bonus. His first shot rolls in, so he will get the second. He pushes the Alma lead out to 3. It's 31-28. His second free throw is also good. And we've got a timeout on the floor with 3:28 to go. The timeout called by Alma and Coach Ryan Clark. Just a 30-second timeout. Alma pushing the lead out to 32-28. That's their biggest lead of the first half. And no doubt Coach May talking about defensive positioning in the huddle. I'm just close enough to be able to hear him, and he is underwhelmed with his team's effort so far, playing the cut into the lane. Back out onto the floor come the same 5 that have been playing these last couple of minutes for Albion. It's James L. Davis and Josh Pallow, Juwan Perry, Caden Ebling, and MJ Barnes. Pallow's got it at the top of the circle. They look to get it in deep to Ebling. Ebling double teamed into the lane he goes. His shot no good, but he is fouled. The foul is called against number 25, Jack Poling. That's Poling's first. Ebling, who has been to the free throw line a number of times in this first half, will go again. He's got 2 shots to try to draw Albion a little bit closer. His first shot is good. Ebling getting another shot. We've got a late sub here for Albion, 3:15 to go. It is freshman guard Mark Toko into the game. His first action today. Ebling's free throw shot is good. He's got 13 here in the first half. Draws Albion to within 2 as they look to set up their half-court defense to try to get a stop. Into the hands of Kyle Woodruff. Woodruff down to the baseline, and he draws a foul against Toko, fresh into the ball game. That's the first on the freshman, and it will send Kyle Woodruff to the line. That is team foul number 10 for the Brits, so this will be a 2-shot foul situation. Woodruff's first free throw is good. He's got 5 points here in this first half. Pushes the lead back out to 33-30. His second free throw is good. Alma has matched their biggest lead here in the first half of 4. We're now under 3 minutes. Albion with the ball in the hands of guard Mark Toko, looking to cut into that lead. To Juwan Perry it goes. Ebling posting up down low. The entry pass finds him. He's got Jack Poling on him. Here comes the double. Ebling pulls out. Back around it goes to Perry. Perry will dribble in and take the 10-footer. He hits, and it's now a 34-32 Alma ball game. 2.5 minutes to go. The shot from Woodruff is way long. Into the hands of MJ Barnes. Ebling has position down low. His shot rims around and out. A little too much English on that one, and the rebound to Alma. Cliver's got the ball. His pass a little hot for Poling underneath, and Ebling the steal. Albion's got a chance to tie or take the lead with a long one. They trail 34-32 as we are now under 2 minutes before halftime. Perry to Toko. He's looking to get it underneath to Ebling. Ebling now on the block with it. He's got Poling on him. He waits for the double team, then kicks it back out. Back in it goes to Ebling, and Ebling up and in. Ebling's got 15 already here in this first half, and he's got Albion back to a 34-34 tie. Out top in the hands of Poling. Poling will provide the screen on Toko's, which enables Woodruff to get to the basket. Kyle Woodruff has 8, and Alma has a 2-point lead once again. We are at the 1 minute mark as Toko brings the ball into the front court. Into the lane he goes. He puts it up and in. And somebody's down underneath. We have an injury timeout here. That's number 11, Stephen Harvey, for the Alma Scots. A little bit shaken, but able to get up. He's walking gingerly back into the front court. And the officials having a little chat about something. I'm unclear what they were discussing, but we look ready for play. So Alma will inbounds it from under their own basket. Into the hands of Woodruff it comes. Ryan Stevens will bring it into the front court for the Alma Scots. We're at 50 seconds with a 36-36 tie. That's Poling from deep. He unties it with a long three-pointer. It's 39-33 Alma with 37 seconds left in the first half. Underneath it goes to Ebling once again. Ebling's shot no good, but he is fouled. This one's going to be on Poling, number 25. That is Poling's second, I believe. Not sure what's going on with the scoreboard. They show him with 5 fouls, too. With 30.1 seconds left on the clock, Ebling once again at the free throw line, where he will try to get the Brits a little bit closer. First free throw is good. He's got 16 points here in the first half. He is just about, if he makes this free throw, to his season average. And we still have 30 seconds to play in half number 1. That free throw is good too. By my count, he's up to 9 for 9 from the free throw line here in the first half. It's been a half filled with fouls from both teams. The shot clock is off at this point. As 15 seconds remain, Alma sets up for the final shot of the half. The ball in the hand of Ryan Stevens. He can't get past his defender. Out to Poling. Woodruff's got it at the three-point line, looking for an edge. He's on the baseline. He gets it underneath into the hands of Stephen Harvey, but his shot is just a second too late, so it won't count. And we go to the half. It is 39-38 Alma. As we head into the halftime locker room, an exciting, fast-paced first half that saw a lot of fouls, 18 combined team fouls. Albion with 3 players who picked up 2 fouls each in that first half. We saw a lot of free throws, both teams shooting well into double digits in free throws, and a number of points scored. So we will take a short break as the teams head to the locker room. Fans here in Kresge Gymnasium will enjoy a little bit of halftime entertainment provided by the Albion Pep Band and the Albion cheerleaders and dance team. And we will be back with you with in about 10 minutes to give you some first half stats and set the table for half number 2. Welcome back to Kresge Gymnasium. We're at halftime of our MIAA men's basketball match between Albion and visitors Alma. It is a close game, 39-38. Alma has the 1-point lead. The teams are now back out onto the floor preparing for half number 2. It was a half of bad outside shooting, good low block play, and a whole lot of fouls. Albion jumped out to a big early lead. They pushed the lead up to 9 before giving way to Alma in the late part of the second half. Alma went on an 11-0 run at about the 11-minute mark of the first half to take the lead, and they held it for most of the rest of the first half. There were 9 different ties and 3 lead changes, so expect a hard-fought contest here in the second 20 minutes of action. Let's run through a few stats. We've got about 3 minutes before gameplay resumes. For Albion, it has been the Caden Ebling show. Ebling, the team's leading scorer, led the way with 17 points in the first half, including 9 of 9 from the free throw line. He was the underneath scorer for Albion that whole first half, able to get low post position, take the feed, and either score or get fouled. Albion will need more of that in the second half. In addition to Ebling's 17 points, he also grabbed 6 rebounds and is the leading rebounder for the team as well. In addition to Ebling, Quentin Armstrong added 6. His play was limited by foul trouble. We'll get to that in just a minute. Cortez Garland and James L. Davis added 4 points apiece. Milton Barnes had a 3, and Juwan Perry and Mark Toko each added a bucket off the bench for Albion's scoring. Leading the way for the visiting Alma Scots, Kyle Woodruff and Zach Sinke, both off the bench, led the way with 8 points apiece. Leading scorer for the team, Cole Cliver, was limited to just 7 on 2 of 7 shooting, including 1 from 5 from behind the three-point line. Neither team shot it well from distance. Alma making 5 of 17 from long range, just under 29%, while Albion was just 1 of 9 from deep, a whopping 11%. So neither team shooting it well from the outside in the first half. Brandon Rake, the big man for Alma, added 6 rebounds to his 4 points. He led the way on the boards for the Scots in the first half. As I mentioned, Albion struggling with some foul trouble. They have 4 guys who picked up 2 fouls apiece in half number 1. Sorry about that. I had to go away for a minute to check the technology. Let me continue on the foul trouble situation. Albion 4 guys with 2 fouls apiece in the first half. Armstrong and Justin McAbee picked up 2 fouls apiece early. Cortez Garland and James L. Davis picked up a second foul each late. So Albion will have to pay a little bit of attention to the foul situation. As a result, both Alex Warman and Mark Toko, little used players off the bench, picked up some important minutes in that first half. We are just about ready to begin play. Albion has their starting 5 back on the floor, as does Alma. I'm surveying the floor. Indeed, both teams returning to their starting 5. Alma will inbound the ball on alternating possessions. There were none in the first half, so Albion won the tip, which means Alma gets to start at play here in half number 2, and we are underway. Alma starts with the 39-38 advantage. Cole Cliver looks to drive the baseline. He gets cut off by Garland. On the switch, Garland now playing the big man. Back it goes to Cliver. His 3-point shot no good. The ball is tipped over to Cortez Garland. A nice tip by Ebling on that rebound attempt. Gets the ball into a teammate's hands, and Albion will set up their offense for the first time here in half number 2. Davis looks to Ebling on the block. I said that a lot in the first half. Ebling's got 2 men on him now. He'll kick it out to Garland at the top of the key. Garland drives the lane but has nowhere to go. He kicks it back out to Davis. Davis looks to pick up a block. He's got to fire it from deep. to try to beat the shot clock. And his shot fails to graze iron. And so it is a turnover on possession number 1, and Alma has the ball back and still has their 39-38 lead. We may be having some video issues. It's unclear. So we will, I'll keep talking, and hopefully you'll be able to see what's going on here pretty soon if you are having some difficulty. Alma gets the ball in deep. That's into the hands of Ryan Stevens. He connects on the short 6-footer and pushes the lead out 41-38 now. Onto the block it goes to Quentin Armstrong. He's doubled and has the ball stolen. So Alma pushes it into the front court there on the break, but Albion gets back in defensive position. Alma slows it down and will now attempt to get it onto the block into the hands of Poling. Poling looks for a cutter through the lane. That's Stephen Harvey. And Harvey scores, and it's now 43-38. Alma has its largest lead of the ball game at 5 points. Albion yet to score in the first half. Garland down the lane. His shot no good. Cliver on the rebound for Alma. He pushes it into the front court. Into the lane he goes. And he's tied up in the lane. And the ball is stolen by Ebling. Good defense there by the big man. And Albion's got the ball back. A very needed steal. They need to get on the board here in half number 2. Davis, the ball fake. He drives the lane. His shot no good. Albion's had a couple of good chances, but no scratch yet. The rebound to Alma. The deep shot from Poling, no good. And we've got a foul on the rebound. That foul is going to go against Albion. It's going to go against Josh Pallow. That is his first. He did not commit a foul in the first half. So that is the first team and the first player foul. Alma will inbound from under their basket. Cliver's got it out top. He looks for the cutting Rake. Rake drives the lane and scores. And it's 45-38 Alma. Into the front court comes James L. Davis. He'll set the offense for Albion. Davis to Maccabee, who's in off the bench. Maccabee's pass down low, not a good one, but corralled by Ebling. Back out top it goes, and they'll reset to Ebling on the block now. Ebling against Rake. He gets the double team, looks to kick it out into the hands of James L. Davis. Davis's three-point shot no good. It's one and done for Albion once again as that rebound goes to Stephen Harvey. Albion looks to get it down onto the block. Can't get it to Rake, so they'll swing it around the other direction. Ryan Stevens drives the baseline. He picks up another foul. That's foul number 2 on Josh Palo. Subs coming in for Albion. Quentin Armstrong back in. He's in for Ebling. MJ Barnes in the game for Cortez Garland. And Alma will inbound after the foul. Into the hands of Cliver it goes. That shot is short. I think somebody got their hand on it. Into the hands of James L. Davis. Davis drives. He's fouled. That's going to be a foul on Rake. And that is going to be foul number 3 on Brandon Rake. That's a big one for Alma as their big man now has 3 fouls. It sends James L. Davis to the line. Davis having a tough shooting go of it so far. He is 0 of 5 from three-point stripe. And his first free throw rims in and out as well. So at 16:32, Albion still looking for their first point of the second half. Davis's second free throw is good. And they continue to work on the camera. It looks like we might have it back. Thank goodness you're not stuck relying on me. Alma's got a 45-39 lead and the ball. Around it goes to Rake. Down onto the baseline, Poling. Poling's short 10-foot shot will drop. And it is 47-39. Alma pushes the lead once again. 8 points, their biggest lead of the game so far. At the 16-minute mark, Armstrong's got it on the block, kicks it around. Once again, James L. Davis open for 3. His shot no good, and Armstrong will pick up a foul over the back on the rebound. And that is 3 on Quentin Armstrong, and he will have to go back to the bench. Ebling up quickly off the Albion bench and back into the game. The Albion big men struggling with the size of the Alma front court. And Albion already has 3 fouls here in half number 2 as they find themselves in an 8-point hole. Alma with the ball. Cliver's got it now. He drives, pulls up with the short 10-footer, is no good into the hands of MJ Barnes. James L. Davis now pushes it into the front court. His shot no good, but he is fouled. Davis, it appears, determined to shoot his way out of this slump. He continues to put it up and continues to struggle. He is back at the line where he is 1 of 2 so far in the half. That foul for Alma, the first free throw good there. That foul called against number 10, Matt Lark, just into the game. That is his second foul. Davis will have one more, looking to draw Albion to within 6, and he does. Albion's only 3 points of the half from the free throw stripe, thanks to James L. Davis. Albion now down 41-47, looking for some defensive stops. Trying to post up Zach Zinke for Alma. The entry pass is knocked away by Justin Maccabee. Out of bounds to Alma, 18 seconds left on the shot clock with 15:22 to go in the game. In it comes into the hands of Woodruff off the Alma bench now. He's looking to drive, sees no lane, so they'll kick it around to the other side into the hands of Cliver. Cole Cliver has MJ Barnes in his face, so he'll kick it to Woodruff. Woodruff's three-pointer is way off the mark, but Justin Maccabee called for the foul, and that a big one, as it will send Woodruff to the line for 3 free throws. 15:08 remaining in the game. Alma with a 47-41 lead, and Kyle Woodruff will shoot 3. The first one is a little long, but he gets the bounce, and it's good. Woodruff off the bench played over 13 minutes in the first half and was one of the leading scorers for Alma. Second free throw is good. He's now got 10 points on the game, leading the way for the Scots. Looking for point number 11 on his third free throw. And Maccabee was in the lane too early, so the shot's no good, but he will get a 4th try. Woodruff's free throw is good, and Alma has pushed their lead out to 9 points. It's 50-41 as we hit the 15-minute mark here in half number 2. Davis into the hands of Palo. Ebling out high with it to Davis in the corner. Davis will drive the lane, throws it up a bit wildly, but it falls in. James L. Davis has all 5 points here in the second half for Albion. It's 50-43 Alma. Cole Cliver's got it. He pushes it to Zach Zinke, who was hot in the first half, but that three-pointer no good. Ebling is 7th rebound of the game. Into the hands of Davis. Davis drives and one. James L. Davis drives, and he is fouled by number 23, Cole Cliver. And he will get a free throw to boot. And he is once again getting a lecture from the officials about his celebrating. The officials keeping a very close eye on the players in today's game, trying to make sure nothing gets out of hand. James L. Davis will attempt his 4th free throw of the half, make that his 5th free throw of the half, and it's good. And he pulls Albion back to within 4. It's 50-46. That foul, by the way, on Cole Cliver was just his first of the game. Into the lane it goes, kicked back out high. It's in the hands of Ryan Stevens. Stevens' pass is to nobody. The bad pass is a turnover, and Albion finally has a little bit of momentum and the ball, looking to cut into this 4-point lead with 14:10 remaining here in the second half. Davis, the hot hand for Albion here in the second half, has the ball at the top of the circle. He gets a pick from Maccabee. He takes a long three-pointer, and it's good. James L. Davis, who has been cold all day, is finally hot, and Albion is back within one. Woodruff's got the ball. He gets a pick from Poling. Down to the baseline he goes, and he draws a foul. That foul is going to be on number 10, Josh Pallow. That is Josh Pallow's third foul of this second half. A sub came in. I assumed it would be for him, but it was actually an Alma player. It was number 11, Stephen Harvey, checking back in. The sharpshooter from long range gives the ball up to Woodruff. Woodruff to Poling. Underneath it goes to Ryan Stevens, who has the ball blocked. And here comes Albion looking to take the lead. Davis drives the lane. He puts it up and he banks in. And you can hear the crowd now urging these Britons on. They're on a 10-0 run, and they've taken a 1-point lead. The shot from Woodruff. The shot from Woodruff draws no iron, but Justin Maccabee called for a foul on the rebound. That's Maccabee's fourth foul. So it will be Alma ball when play resumes. Alma coach Ryan Clark taking a timeout, trying to stem this streak, trying to stop this momentum as Albion has come roaring back. Down 50-41, Albion has, in just a little over a minute and a half of clock time, gone on a 10-0 run and has regained the lead. It is now 51-50 here in the second half. The run has been sparked by the suddenly hot shooting of Albion's James L. Davis, who in the first half couldn't seem to buy a bucket. He was 0 of 4 from the stripe and just 2 of 6 overall in half number one. But he has come alive here in this second half. If I'm not mistaken, he has scored every one of Albion's 13 points. We're not yet done with this exciting one here at Kresge Gymnasium, but don't forget, there's more action later this week. This same Britain basketball team will be back in action on Wednesday night. They will travel to Kalamazoo to take on the Kalamazoo Hornets. Game time is 7:30. You can catch it right here on the live stream. If you can't travel to Kalamazoo, that promises to be another exciting one. And we're back to play here. The ball goes down low into the hands of Ryan Stevens. His turnaround is good, and Alma has the lead back. It's 52-51. We are now under 13 minutes to play. Josh Pallow brings it into the front court. Back to Davis it goes. He remains hot. That's another three-pointer for James L. And it's a 54-52 Albion lead. Davis has 16 on the half. Stevens into the lane. The basket will likely count. Yep, basket counts. But there's a foul under the basket and the rebound. And it's going to go against Alma's big man, Brandon Rake. That is 4 fouls on Rake, and he is forced to the bench. Replacing him is Cole Cliver, who has gotten a brief rest. So that could be a significant turn of events as we are tied 54-54 with 12 and a half minutes left. Alma's big man, who has caused fits for Albion underneath all day, has had to go to the bench now with 4 fouls. We'll see if Ebling can get it going down on the low block again like he did for a period of time in the first half. Davis, heat check, shoots it from the foot of the A here in the middle of the stadium, but his shot's a little off, and Alma the rebound. Cole Cliver will pass up the shot to Woodruff. Woodruff drives the baseline, and Kyle Woodruff gives Albion another 2-point advantage. It's 56-54, Alma. Davis has it at the top of the block. He gets a pick from Ebling. Ebling now down on the low block. Palo gets the entry pass. Ebling knocked to the floor, but there's no foul call. Instead, the ruling is going to be out of bounds off Alma. So Albion will retain possession. There's 14 seconds left on the shot clock. Ebling a little frustrated, but ready to go again as Davis will look to inbound. In it comes to Juwan Perry. Perry gets it to Ebling, and Ebling, I thought they were going to call him for a travel. Instead, they're going to call a foul. That foul is going to be called on number 41, Zach Sinke, attempting to guard the bigger Ebling. That's Sinke's third. That is the fifth team foul. Once again, both teams racking up fouls here in this second half. Neither team to the bonus just yet. This time it's Ebling who's going to draw the foul. Called for a clear out with that elbow underneath as he attempted to get position on the block. That is foul number 1. Is that just foul number 1 on Ebling? I believe it is. But it is the 7th team foul. So Alma now with 11 and a half minutes left into the bonus already. This could become a free throw shooting contest. Stevens drives. MJ Barnes appeared to have pretty good position, but is called for the foul. He's looking at his coach asking, what am I supposed to do? But the foul called nonetheless, which will send Ryan Stevens to the free throw line. Stevens' first free throw is good. Alma's lead back up now to 57-54, a 3-point lead with one more free throw to go. That for Milton Barnes, just his first, MJ Barnes. Milton was his dad. That for Barnes, just the first foul of the half. I threw myself off by calling him his dad's name. I'm showing my age. The lead is 4 points again. The entry pass into Ebling is knocked away. Albion will retain possession. And 20 seconds on the shot clock as James L. Davis will look to inbound the ball under the Britton basket. Barnes gets knocked down, no call. In it comes to Davis, who will take the shot. Ebling grabs the offensive rebound, and there is a foul call. And this one is going to be on Sinke as well. And that may very well be 4 on Sinke. So he's headed to the bench. And in off the bench comes number 25, Jack Poling. He will see how he can do on the defensive block. Once again, inbounds it comes. 20 seconds put back on the shot clock. And once again, it goes into Ebling. This time, he fronts his man. The double team comes. He kicks it back out to Davis. Davis will attempt to reset. Kick it around to Palo. 2 seconds on the shot clock. This time, Davis able to get the ball up. The shot doesn't fall, the rebound knocked away, but Alma able to corral it and bring it into the front court. They've got a 4-point lead, 58-54. 10:40 remains here in the second half. That shot from Cliver is a little off. Alma gets the rebound. The shot from Stephen Harvey was blocked. And the rebound results in a held ball. On the alternating possessions, the ball awarded to Albion. So with 10:31 remaining, Albion trailing by 4 points. They will bring it into the front court in the hands of James L. Davis. Davis gets a pick. Into the front court he goes. He can't quite get it, but the putback is good from Caden Ebling. Ebling's got 19. And another offensive rebound for Ebling as well. And the lead now is 2, 58-56 Alma. Poling with it at the top of the key. Woodruff looks to try to get it into the low block. There's nobody there, so he kicks it back out. And it's now in the hands of Ryan Stevens. He'll take the 3-point shot. Little bit long. Ebling will track down the rebound. And with 9:45 remaining, Albion looks to tie, or nope, the shot no good. So they cannot tie or take the lead. Alma with the rebound. Here they come into Poling on the low block. Poling misses but gets his own rebound, misses again. Josh Palo corrals the rebound for Albion after two pretty close, pretty easy looking attempts that Poling cannot convert. Albion into the front court, and Coach Jody May chooses to take a timeout with 9:19 remaining in this one. It is a 58-56 Alma lead. Both teams will be shooting in the bonus on the next foul. So with 9+ left in the game, a lot of free throws could be forthcoming. That might be an advantage for Albion. Albion, good free throw shooting team, was 11 of 11 in the first half and has made all but one of their free throw attempts here in the second half. So if it comes down to free throw shooting, it could be an advantage for the Brits. We'll have to see how this one plays out. While we're talking about free throws, that means we've had a lot of fouls. Alma has surpassed Albion in foul trouble situation. Two of their players on the bench with 4 personal fouls. Big men Brandon Rake and Zach Sinke, both on the Alma bench at this point, both with 4 personal fouls. So Albion, who's had foul issues of their own at half, have been able to avoid making them worse here in the second half, and Alma in the worst trouble now with 9 minutes left to go in the game. So we are just about ready to resume play. It is a 58-56 Alma lead. Albion will have the ball. They will inbound in their own front court. It will be Josh Palo to inbound. Into the hands of James L. Davis. Jawan Perry now to Palo at the top of the key, looking for Ebling on the block. He was being fronted, so we'll kick it around again. Back to Barnes, now to Ebling down low. Ebling into the lane, he's double teamed. He kicks it out to Barnes. Barnes' three-pointer is good with just 1 second left on the shot clock. MJ Barnes has given Albion a 1-point lead. Alma now with the ball in the hands of Ryan Stevens. Stevens looking to get to the baseline. He spins, kicks it back out, and into the corner it goes. That is Jack Poling. His 14-footer is good, and Alma is back on top by 1. It is 60-59 now. Alma, as we hit the 8:30 mark here in the second half. To the corner it goes. Jawan Perry's shot off the side of the backboard is no good. The rebound falls into Caden Ebling's hands. Ebling is fouled on the putback attempt. The foul being called on Jack Poling. I believe that is Poling's 3rd foul. So Ebling will shoot 2, looking to give Albion back the lead. Ebling has not shot a free throw here in the second half, but he was 9 of 9 in half number 1. Keeps that perfect record going. He's now 10 of 10, and the game is tied at 60. Ebling now 20 points in today's contest. I don't have updated rebounding statistics, but my hunch is that the guy who had 17 and 6 at the half now has 21 and 10 for the game. So another double-double for Albion's big man, and he's given Albion back the lead. It's 61-60, and Ebling will take a quick breather. He is replaced in the Albion lineup by Quentin Armstrong. Armstrong playing with 3 fouls. He's got Poling out high. Down it goes into the block to Stevens. Stevens can't get anywhere, has to kick it back out. It's in the hands of Woodruff. Woodruff clearly hooking Palo, but Palo is called for the foul. From my vantage point up here, that one was pretty clear, but Palo picks up his 4th foul of the half for Albion, and it sends Woodruff to the line. Woodruff will be shooting 2, my apologies, count the basket, and he'll shoot 1 to try to make it a 3-point play. Woodruff's free throw is good. And Alma now has the 63-61 lead as we hit the 8-minute mark. in the second half. Cortez Garland back into the game for Albion, has the ball at the top of the key. He gets it to a cutting Davis. Davis can't get his shot off, kicks it back to Garland. Garland will try the three-pointer. It rims out and no good. Tipped deep back by Quentin Armstrong. Davis's shot no good. Albion gets a second offensive rebound, that one by Perry, and Davis will set it back again. Underneath it goes to Armstrong, and Armstrong able to put it in. You can't give a team 3 chances or they're likely to score on you. It is a 63-63 game. That three-pointer from Woodruff is good. Alma looking to get hot again from deep like they were to close out the first half. Woodruff connects, and it's a 66-63 Alma Scots lead. Into the lane goes Davis to Cortez Garland, kicks it back out to Barnes. Barnes is no good, but the offensive rebound belongs to Quentin Armstrong, and Armstrong is fouled on the putback attempt. That foul is going to get called on Alma's Ryan Stevens. That is Stevens' second foul. And Armstrong will go to the line for the first time today. His first shot, nothing but net. And it's 66-64. Armstrong, limited in the first half by foul trouble, is one of Albion's better rebounders, and that offensive rebound a big one for the Brits. The second free throw no good, so it remains 66-64. There's just under 7 minutes remaining. Ryan Stevens with it, dribbling out high. He's picked up in a double team. Kicks it around to number 11. That's Stephen Harvey. Harvey is their best outside shooter and one of the best in the MIAA. He makes more than 51% of his three-point attempts, but that shot way off, missed everything, and went out of bounds. So Albion gets the ball on the turnover. They trail by 2, 6:40 remaining. James L. Davis walks it into the front court. He gets the offensive direction from Coach Jody May and will look to set up the offense. Ebling back into the game now for the Britons. A long cross-court pass goes to Cortez Garland. Garland around a nice Ebling pick. Gets an easy layup, and it's 66-66. I missed that call down in the corner. I'm guessing we had a traveling call on number 44. That's the big man for Alma, Brandon Rake, who's back on the court with his 4 fouls. In fact, both of Alma's big men, Rake and Zinke, both back on the floor with their 4 fouls. 6 minutes to go. Coach Ryan Clark rolling the dice, knowing he needs that presence underneath to keep Albion off the glass. Juwan Perry's got it out high. He looks to drive. He throws it up off the glass. It's no good. Into the hands of Woodruff. Alma comes back looking to break the tie. Around into the corner it goes to Cliver. He gets it back out on top. Zinke's got it out high. He was the sharpshooter outside in the first half. Rake's got it down on the baseline. His turnaround over the smaller James L. Davis is good, and Brandon Rake gives Alma back the lead. It's 68-66, 5:30 remaining. Not a whole lot James L. Davis could do there. The bigger man having his way with him. The entry pass into Caden Ebling deep. And that foul is going to be called on Zach Zinke. That is his 5th foul. So Zinke is done for today's game. He heads to the Alma bench. He is replaced by, here comes Jack Poling into the game. And Caden Ebling will go back to the free throw line where he is 11 for 11 today. And makes good on the first one. He's got 22. He continues to be the game's high scorer. He draws Albion within 1. One more free throw here to tie it, looking to bring Albion even at 68-68. And he does it. 5:21 remains. Ryan Stevens brings it into the front court for Alma. He's guarded closely by MJ Barnes. Barnes, off it goes to Rake. Rake takes a shot from the free throw line extended, and he's good. So it is 70-68 now, Alma. Into the front court comes Davis with it. Off to Barnes, back to Davis. The shot fake. His 12-footer no good. The ball bounces around a little bit before it rests in the hands of Cole Cliver. Cliver brings Alma into the front court, into their offense with the 2-point lead. 4:35 remaining. As Alma looks to extend, MJ Barnes reaches in from behind. Thought he had the steal, but instead is called for the foul. And it will be free throws because Albion is over the foul limit. In fact, we are into the double bonus situation, so Ryan Stevens will shoot 2 for Alma. First one's good. 4:30 remains on the game clock. Alma enjoys a 3-point lead. Ryan Stevens, one more is good. Gives Alma a 4-point lead. It is 72-68. Cortez Garland will run the offense for the Brits. MJ Barnes around a screen. Cortez Garland left alone at the 3-point stripe, and he hits it. Albion's got the lead back. It's 72-71. Cross court goes the pass to Woodruff, down underneath to Rake. Rake's got Ebling on him. Kicks it back out to Woodruff. Woodruff's 3-pointer is good. And here come the shooters. It is 75-71. I gave you an incorrect score a minute ago. Alma led by a point, 72-71, not the other way around. So it's now 75-71. Quentin Armstrong called for the travel down on the low block. Turns the ball over. 3:43 remains. Alma the 4-point lead and the ball. Looking to end Albion's home winning streak. They're 9-0 at home this season, looking to end Albion's 12-game overall winning streak, looking to end Albion's 9-0 MIAA winning streak. That 3-pointer from the corner by Cole Cliver, no good. Cortez Garland's got it. He brings it ahead. James L. Davis looks to get it down low. It's into the hands of Quentin Armstrong. Kicks it back out to Cortez Garland. He just hit one, but that one doesn't fall. And the rebound off of Rake. And it is Albion ball. 3:10 remains. Timeout is called by Coach Jody May. So with 3:10 remaining, this is our situation. Alma has a 4-point lead. It's 75-71. Albion has the ball after the defensive rebound couldn't be corralled by Alma. So the ball will be out of bounds under the Albion basket with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Coach May has to be much more pleased with the defense that Albion has shown here in the second half. They have figured out how to play that high pick and roll that gave them so many fits in the first half. But as we headed down the stretch here in the second half, Albion's outside shooters and Alma's outside shooters both hotter than they have been the whole game. Foul trouble could be a factor in these last 3 minutes. One of Alma's big men, Zach Sinke, has already fouled out. Their other big man, Brandon Rake, has 4 fouls. So foul trouble a concern for Coach Ryan Clark and the Scots in these last 3 minutes. He needs his big man to avoid that 5th foul and stay on the court because his 6'9" height gives Albion trouble underneath. Inbounds it comes. MJ Barnes has it into the hands of Ebling on the low block. Around Ebling, his little baby hook is no good, a little too strong, and Alma comes down with the rebound. Cole Cliver has it. He's being shadowed by Cortez Garland. He gets it into the hands of Ryan Stevens. Stevens picked up out high by Barnes. Now there's double. Down low it goes to Rake, who dribbles it out of bounds off his own foot. Good defense played by Caden Ebling down on the baseline, forces Rake into a frustrating turnover. 2:37 remains. It stays a 4-point game. Josh Pallow back into the game with his 4 fouls for Albion. He will replace Cortez Garland, who takes a quick seat. Chances are he won't be gone long. Pallow will bring the ball up. No, my mistake. James L. Davis will bring it up for Albion and set the offense. He'll get a high pick from Quentin Armstrong. Kick it around to Ebling. They look to get it down into Armstrong on the low block. He gets his shot up. It's no good. He should have been called for a travel there, but wasn't. The rebound into the hands of the Alma Scots, and up it comes with Ryan Stevens. Alma remains a 4-point advantage with 2:05 remaining. That shot from the corner from Woodruff, no good. He gets his own rebound, but has it stripped away by James L. Davis. Stripped out of his hands and out of bounds off of Woodruff. Means Albion gets the ball back with 2:01. That offensive rebound not costing them. When you're down 4 late in the game, you can't give up second chance points. Albion fortunate to get the ball back there. James L. Davis brings it into the front court. They'll set it up. Pallow with it now. Back to Davis at the top of the court. Looks to drive. Kicks into the corner to Barnes. Barnes' three-pointer no good. The tip from Armstrong can't be corralled, and now Cole Cliver has it for Alma. 1:42 remaining. It's still 75-71 Alma. Alma looking to extend. Cliver trying to shake Pallow. Unable to do it yet. Almost dribbles it away, but able to get his own. And we've got a timeout called. I thought we were going to get a foul call, but instead it is a timeout called by Alma coach Ryan Clark. Clark did not like the look of that offensive setup and opted to call a timeout. So we are inside of a minute 45. Alma has had a 75-71 lead for 3 minutes of clock time now. Neither team has been able to score here in the last few minutes. A number of turnovers on both ends of the floor have kept the score right here. Coach May opted to make no substitutions in that timeout, so the 5 on the floor for Albion remain Ebling and Armstrong, the big men. MJ Barnes, James L. Davis, and Josh Pallow. The 5 on the floor for Alma are Kyle Woodruff, Ryan Stevens, Jack Poling, Brandon Rake, and Cole Cliver. Into the lane goes Stevens. The little turnaround is short. James L. Davis the rebound. He'll push it ahead in a hurry. There's 1:14 remaining. Albion still trails by 4. Down goes to Ebling on the block. He's got Rake on him. Rake with the 4 fouls. Out it goes to Pallow. Back in deep again. The shot from Ebling is no good. And the rebound ruled out of bounds off Quentin Armstrong. Ebling took a tumble, was looking for a foul, but no foul was called. Ball goes back to Alma. 1 minute on the clock and counting. Alma remains a 4-point advantage, 75-71. So they will be in no hurry here. Cole Cliver brings it into the front court. And we once again have a timeout called. This is a 30-second timeout. called by Alma. There is just 49 seconds remaining in the game. It's still 75-71 as it has been for several minutes now. Albion will need a defensive stop here on this possession as time is slipping away quickly. Just 49 seconds remaining, 19 on the shot clock. So possessions become very precious at this point in the game. 48.9 to be precise remains on the clock. Alma will inbound. Cole Cliver will do the inbounding duties for the Scots. Cortez Garland will play off the inbounder in an effort to play defense and keep the ball out of Stevens' hands. In it comes to Stevens. Stevens misses Poling, who's open underneath. Back it goes to Cole Cliver, 10 on the clock. Cliver has it tied up, but he's able to get it into the hands of Woodruff. Woodruff drives, has the ball knocked out of his hands, but it's out of bounds to Alma. 5 seconds left on the shot clock, 34 seconds left on the game clock. So Alma will have just 5 seconds to try to get a shot off. Stevens in to Cliver. Cliver has it blocked by Garland. Out of bounds it goes once again. 3 seconds now on the shot clock. This time it will be Stevens to try to inbound the ball. Inbound it comes to Cliver. Cliver's shot. Oh, that's a backbreaker. Good defense. Albion played for 29 seconds of the shot clock. And with just 1 left on the clock and 30 remaining on the game clock, Ryan Stevens connects from about 10 feet. 12 feet, we'll give him a little more credit, and makes it 77-71 Alma. 30 seconds left. Timeout on the floor. This one called by Coach Jody May. No doubt he wants to set up their plan. He'll want his team to score quickly, of course. And then it becomes a question of full court defense, trapping, and fouling. With 30 seconds left, this will become a free throw shooting contest to see if Alma can make their free throws and retain their lead. Albion does enjoy a 2-game advantage in the MIAA standings. So if they're unable to come back and pull this one out, they will continue to be in first place in the MIAA. But this a game Albion expected to win on their home court. So you know this is one they want to figure out how they can steal here in these last 30 seconds. Cortez Garland will inbound the ball for Albion. They've got to go the full length of the court, and it looks like Alma will at least show token pressure in an effort to force Albion to use a little bit more time off the clock to get the ball advanced. To Davis it comes. Davis brings it into the front court in a hurry. To Barnes it goes in the corner. Back it goes to Davis. Davis's three-pointer in and out. Rebound to Barnes. Barnes back to Davis. Davis's three-pointer no good. Rebounded by Armstrong. Back to Barnes it goes. That three-pointer no good. Garland the rebound. That shot no good. And Rake finally corrals it for Alma. There is just 7 seconds left in the game. Albion had their chances. 5 tries at it on that trip alone, but could not connect. And this one looks like it will go the way of the Scots this afternoon. Cole Cliver was fouled. He'll go to the line to try to ice it with 6.9 seconds. One made free throw here makes it a 3-possession game. And that first free throw for the team's leading scorer and one of the best scorers in the MIAA is good. Cliver has not had his best scoring performance here this afternoon, but he's making free throws when they need them. The second one rims in and out. Ahead it comes to Davis. Davis will take a long three-pointer and hit. 2.5 seconds remains. It's a 4-point game. In it comes. And that is the ball game. Albion suffers their first loss in 13 tries, just their third loss of the season, their first loss here at home and their first loss in the MIAA at the hands of the Scots of Alma College. Today's final score, 78-74. Join us again on Wednesday night as this team once again will try to earn a win in the MIAA as they will travel to Kalamazoo College. Game time on Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. We hope you've enjoyed this game this afternoon, even if the outcome wasn't what you were hoping. It was an exciting one. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday afternoon. We'll see you on Wednesday from Kalamazoo.